Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Katie and I make book-related videos every single Wednesday, and today we're going to be talking about, well, we're not going to be talking about, we're going to be reacting to the trailers of one of my favorite books that is by my favorite author of all time, Gillian Flynn, and that is of course the Sharp Objects trailer that premiered on HBO. But a lot of you guys have been commenting, and by a lot, that's subjective, I mean like 4. But a few of you guys have been asking if I saw the trailer, what I thought about it, so I thought I'd do a quick video on that. And I do want to say none of this video will have any kind of spoilers for the book, and I'm also not going to have the video playing. You guys know the story. This is what happens for every single trailer reaction that I do. I don't know how to have the video playing and have the earbuds in and adding the audio and all of that. This is just one of the reasons I'm not a full-time YouTuber. So I'm going to go through a quick summary, again no spoilers, on what Sharp Objects is about, just for the few of you who maybe don't know, and then I'll get into the reaction. But I did want to throw out there, when I post my reviews of the show, do you guys have a preference for how I do that? Obviously I'm not going to have time, since I post one video a week, to review every single episode. There's just no way. But do you guys want me to just do a spoiler-filled wrap-up at the end when it's over, or just a review with no spoilers once it's over? You guys definitely let me know. So getting into a, again, spoiler-free summary of what Sharp Objects is about, we have Camille Preaker. She's a journalist who has recently come out of a stint of being in a psychiatric facility, and she is tasked with going home to her hometown of Wind Gap, Missouri, because something has happened to a young girl there. So they want her to essentially go out there, investigate, and come back with a really good story stuff. So I know it sounds like a very kind of stereotypical thriller mystery, like, oh, a journalist is going home, facing her demons, blah, blah, but obviously in the hands of Gillian Flynn, it's amazing and much more unique than a lot of maybe stories with a similar high-level plot line like that. The show does not premiere until July 8th, so you have more than enough time to go ahead and read it before the show comes out, so definitely do that so you can watch it along with me. Okay, so getting into the trailer, I'm going to be talking about, just to be clear, the official trailer on HBO's website, not the teaser trailer that came out a while ago. And the first thing that got me really excited in the beginning was the fact that I didn't look up the actress's name because I didn't want to actually see if I was right about who she's playing. But I did notice that the actress from It is going to be, I'm assuming, playing young Camille. And it's funny because when I watched the movie It, and I thought, oh, who would be a good actress to play her when she's older for the next It movie, and I thought Amy Adams would be perfect. And granted, I know that's probably what a lot of us were thinking because there are only so many very popular redheaded female actresses out there. Anyway, I was very excited to see her because I did think that she was fantastic in It, and I do think this actress for young Camille is going to especially handle that darker material really, really well. Next, when we finally get a glimpse of Amy Adams as Camille, now I know I already went on and on about how she's the perfect casting for Camille. I already talked about that in my casting reaction video, so I won't get into that more here. But I have to say, I'm glad that they made her look worn down and not at her best, because in the book Camille is obviously a beautiful woman just like Amy Adams, but she kind of is a beautiful woman who looks like shit. So I think they did a good job. You can definitely see in her facial expressions, her skin, the way they did her makeup, that she's dealing with a lot of demons and just not really at a great place in her life. Loved, one of my favorite parts of the trailer was seeing Camille's mom and the house, because there's something, like I said, this isn't a spoiler, she does not have a great relationship with her mom. She's very domineering, meaning the mother. Even the shot of the house, and I don't know how they did this, but even the house itself, it's a beautiful home. You know, there could be a very loving family living there, but even just that one shot of the house, you could tell that it feels very stifling. So I'm very confident at this point that they're gonna handle the relationship between her and her mother very well. We only get a couple shots of Detective Richard Willis, it is, throughout the trailer, but like I said in my casting reaction video, I think he is spot on and perfect. I also realized I was wrong. I thought he was the guy who was Reese Witherspoon's lover in Big Little Lies, but a lot of you corrected me on that. He is not. I have to say, my favorite part of the trailer, and I want to hear from you guys obviously what your favorite parts were, what you're worried about, what you think might not be going that well, what you think is, but my personal favorite part wasn't actually a scene with any person, any images. It was just when it went to black and it said from the director of Big Little Lies, something like that, and the beat starts. I wish I could start playing the beat in this video and show it, but obviously for copyright reasons I cannot. But it was that moment when I got super hyped for the show. I mean, obviously I'm very excited, but what is when that beat started and it said for director of Big Little Lies. That combination, especially since I thought the TV show or the miniseries Big Little Lies was handled so well, it just made me feel confident that this show is in just such good hands from like every single perspective. I also wanted to know, who is this guy? Those of you who've read the book, do you have any guesses for who this character is? Because there's a moment where Amy Adams and him are like staring very intensely across each other at a bar, I think it is, and it made me realize, one, I don't remember the book that well, but it also made me think about the fact that this is going to be 8 episodes and the book is very short. Whereas, say for example, Big Little Lies, that was what, a 500-page book made into 7 episodes, I think it was. So they must be adding a lot of material, which granted, I'd rather it be too long than too short, although you guys might have different opinions on that. But it made me realize, oh, they must be adding, I mean, he could, again, this is just one example, he could be a character that is from the book, but they must be adding, even outside of him, a lot more content that wasn't in the book. And they also show a quick glimpse of what I assume is her going into the psychiatric facility, or maybe when she's already there. And this is what reminded me that, you know, even the cover of Sharp Objects, the book, has a small razor blade because a huge part of this book is Camille dealing with self-harm. So just putting it out there for any of you guys, I want you guys to have that warning going into either reading the book or watching the show, so you guys know whether or not going into it that this is going to be something that you should be watching or that you're comfortable watching, anything like that. What I was going to say was, because of that scene and the scene of young Camille, this makes me think that they're going to go back and forth in time, whereas they didn't do that in the book. Dark Places, if you guys read that, has those dual time perspectives, but I'm pretty sure, again, it's been a long time since I read the book, years and years, but I'm pretty sure in Sharp Objects, the book, it's all told in the present, and then sometimes she talks or thinks about the past. But I really get the impression that maybe a good chunk of this book is going to take place when she's a lot younger, which makes sense, again, if they're making this into 8 episodes when it is such a short book. And then we get a couple tiny shots of Camille's half-sister, who's a teenager. She does have a few lines in the trailer, so I don't have a ton to say about her just because she's not in the trailer that much, but I will say it is hard to do, I feel like, teenagers really well in a way that makes them realistic, not super irritating. So I'm very curious to see what the actress is like and how they handle her character and everything like that. So that was my reaction to Sharp Objects, the trailer. Please let me know again, what kind of format do you want me to review the show? Let me know what you think about the casting, the trailer. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Obviously, this is a place for open, honest discussion. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.